video that I've been wanting to do. I just didn't know where I'm going to start and how I'm going to start. I felt like I just want to be vulnerable with my subscribers, just to let you in on how I'm feeling. I feel like a lot of times I do keep things in, and especially things when it comes to what I'm doing here, because I think when somebody watches me, they think I have it under control, and it's not like all the time where I have it under control. I feel like now I want to be vulnerable because also it's the beginning of the year. So at least if we start off like this, I know that at least we have something to work on as the year progresses. While we're doing that, while we're being vulnerable and open with each other, I am going to be doing my face using my Lancôme products. So in December, Lancôme sent me this PR, and they have sent me a couple of makeup products in this beautiful box. In this beautiful box. In this box, they sent me serum. I don't know what this is. They sent me this mascara. They sent me this lipstick, liquid blush. They sent me this waterproof liquid liner, this red lip liner. They've also sent me this. It's written eye blusher, but when you look at it from inside, it looks like highlighter. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing it's like eyeshadow. And then because that's the only thing that they sent me, then I decided to go to Edgar's and get foundation, because I've been meaning to try the Lancôme foundation. So I got this Lancôme Tint Idol foundation. This is in the shade 455W, and this is how it looks, and that's the foundation that we're going to be trying out today. We are going to be trying out a couple of other products as well, but majority will be from Lancôme. But things like, for example, setting powder, setting spray, and I think just my skincare, because I haven't done my skincare yet, is going to be different products. So let's get into it. I am not going to use that serum from Lancôme as of yet to do my priming and prepping, because I don't know if that's for skincare or if that's a base for makeup, and I don't want to mess up anything at the moment. So I'm just going to stick to what I know for now. This is the primer that we're going to use. It's a Fit Me Luminous primer. This is a hydrating primer. So I've got combination skin with the oily T-zone. I like a very dewy finish, so I feel that a hydrating primer helps a lot with that. I don't know, I think I'm gonna have to tie my hair, but this hair is not a full frontal. It's a 6x5 closure, and it doesn't necessarily look the cutest when it's tied up, but I think it's gonna disturb me throughout this whole process, so I'm gonna have to do something about that. Maybe we can use this. Wait, just need this hair to be at the back. Now that I've done that, I'm gonna go in with this Nivea sunscreen. I live and die for the sunscreen, guys. Like, even when I do my night skincare routine, I put on the sunscreen. Morning skincare routine goes without saying. The sunscreen is just always a fighter for me. I just like how hydrating it is. I wanted to talk about a couple of things that have been on my mind and that have been bothering me just a little bit, but not bothering me in the sense that they are irritating me or frustrating me or anything of that nature. It's just that it's been playing on my mind quite a lot, and I thought, let me just share this with you, because I really think I need the help, and it's good to speak up when you need help, you know. The first step to healing is admitting that there's a problem so that you can get the assistance that you require. I had another breakout November, December, and my neck still has those black spots. So what I usually do is I like to color correct. I use this corrector from LA Girl. It's in the shade Orange Correct, and what I like to do is I like to go directly in with it, place it here on my neck where I have the dark marks. I find that this corrects it very, very nicely. I'm using this brush from Hues and Tones. This is the brush that I use for my blush. My lips are quite dry. I'm gonna use this lip balm that we got from the Lancôme event. I don't need my lips to be glossy. I just need them to have something on them. I would either put Vaseline or this balm, but this balm also works quite well just to hydrate my lips. I've been avoiding this conversation for a minute now, but it's time that we have it. Anyway, if you remember, in December, like late November, no, it was actually on the 29th of November. Yeah, the 29th of November, we went and we bought ourselves a camera, you know, and we were so happy. We named her Sparkles. The long or the short of it is we went to the YouTube event and we were vlogging basically using Sparkles that day. When I got to the YouTube event, okay, everything went well, everything was fine. Just before the event started, remember I also got a tripod stand, you know. The tripod stand was very sturdy. It could support Sparkles, you know. Just before the event officially started, what I did was I placed Sparkles next to me, right? And I had her rolling, because that's what I was doing. Because even when I was sitting with Auntie T, she was just there in front of us rolling, you know, recording, and she was steady and everything was fine. Then the next thing I know, as we're sitting there busy talking with Auntie T, the camera falls. how kanjani manje, I'm not sure what's going on. But as the camera falls, the lens detaches. My instinct was not to pick it up immediately because I knew that I'm gonna cry if I see what just happened, you know. But I think everybody saying, oh my god, I'm so sorry, is what actually led me to actually crying, because you don't do that, you know. Even when a child falls, they always say don't look at the child, don't look at him, or don't say sorry, because then they're gonna cry. In that moment, I honestly felt like a bloody 2-year-old or a bloody 1-year-old who just fell, and everybody's saying sorry Nana, or everybody's just looking at me, you know, feeling sorry for me. And yeah, that's what happened basically. Then that's what happened to Sparkles. So basically the lens came off, and when I tried to put back the lens, but it says on the screen that the lens is detached, so put back the lens. So now I'm gonna go in with this Lancôme foundation as I've shown you guys in the beginning. This is in the shade 455W, and that's how it looks. I like this packaging. I don't know, it's giving luxurious. The consistency is so liquid. I did shake it because they said I need to shake it before I use it. My boyfriend had traveled that weekend. When I got home, there was nobody to try and help me put it together, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me just wait for the weekend so I can take it to Kalip and she can probably help me, you know. Ooh, I think I poured too much. I wasn't sure. A little goes a long way. Actually, I saw this foundation from Mutadine on her video that she did, her updated makeup tutorial. I saw how she looked after she had put it on there. But when I saw her at the YouTube event, her makeup was stunning. Like, this foundation was flawless on her, and that's when I said, you know what, this is a perfect sign for me to go and get it. Not to say on the video it wasn't convincing enough, but seeing it in person is just always a game changer. So when we got to Camera World, Khalipa immediately, when she saw it, she was like, babe, I'm gonna be very honest with you, there's no way you can put back this lens on this thing. What you're gonna have to do is go to the Sony distribution center or something like that, which is based in Centurion. But unfortunately, they were closed for the holidays. They closed quite early. So I was like, let me rather wait for this distribution center to open. Then we can go to the distribution center when they open to get the lens from there. This foundation is definitely full coverage. A little goes a long way. I think I did too much in the sense that I sprayed on like 3 or 4 pumps. You should just do 2 and you should be fine. I like the fact that it's got some skincare benefits. It is also suitable for even oily skin or sensitive skin. It's transfer and sweat resistant, and it's non-drying. It has a matte finish. Obviously with me it won't have a matte finish because I did use hydrating products to prime and prep, so I think that's why mine looks like this. I like a more of a dewy finish, but so far I think so good. I want a really bright under eye. I'm gonna go in with this LA Pro concealer. This is in the shade Creamy Beige. I usually start off with the shade Warm Honey, but I want to start off with Creamy Beige today. Just want to see something, okay? I just want to follow the step and see what it's gonna give. Then that happened, you guys, and then I always tell you guys about the kind of person that I am, right? Like, once I've set my mind to doing something in a certain way, right, if it doesn't happen in that way, my mood gets spoiled. It's almost like I don't throw temper tantrums. I don't know if I should call it temper tantrums, but I think I just react in a way where, like, I'm bored. Like, everything now changes for me because this is what I had set out to do, and now it's not happening the way I had envisioned for it to happen. It's like, what even is the point? So when this happened, remember I bought this camera, right? And my intentions with it was to use it to vlog, right? It messed up with everything that I had planned in that moment. Then I was like, oh, what even is the point? Because that's what I wanted to do. That's how I planned out for my December to be, is that I will be vlogging using my camera. This is not even an excuse as to why I wasn't vlogging in December. We'll get to that just now, but it's not even an excuse. But that is the first thing that happened. I've gotten these news now. I have to actually put Sparkles away, and then it brings me to my second point. In order for your concealer to give you full coverage, you need to wait for it to set just a little bit, just a few minutes. Wait for it to set. Now that this has happened and it has kind of put me off of vlogging completely, I'm now telling myself, you know what, let me take this time to just kind of reflect on my content, you know, as it is, like my content as it is, and where I'm actually headed with this whole content creation story, you know, especially for YouTube, you know, because I think that's where I pour a lot of my energy into. And during this time I had a chance to reflect, and that's where I realized that I need help, you know. So there were things that I was going through when it comes to my content creation, and these are things that I put myself through them because I allowed myself to get into that space. It's like, you know, when you're an overthinker, right? You overthink every single thing, and then you start to create scenarios in your head, and you start to believe those scenarios, which is a very dangerous place to be. That's kind of the rabbit hole that I went in during this time, and then that's where I actually came up with this I need help, you know. I always say I want my previous video to be better than I want my next video to be better than my previous video. right? With that being said, I always push myself week in, week out to make sure that I produce a video and I produce content. But there comes a time sometimes where I'm just like, but am I pushing quantity over quality? Because now quality for me would mean that every week there's something different that's happening on the videos. Or am I just saying, you know what, let me just take out what I can because people seem to enjoy it. So does it mean I'm being exploitative of people's kindness towards me, or the fact that people really take out their time to actually watch the videos? Am I exploiting that now? Because people do deserve things to be done in a different way, even though they are fully engaging with what you currently are producing, and you know, everybody seems happy and they seem content with what you're doing, you know. And I always strive to do better than I did before, like I said. So it does get to me, Uguti. It's like everything becomes so repetitive, and I can't help but to acknowledge that I can see that that's exactly what is happening. Like I said, I went down that rabbit hole and I couldn't bring myself out of it. Let me tell you how I am as a consumer, right? When I'm watching somebody's content that I absolutely like and I absolutely enjoy watching their content, when it's December time, this is how I feel even about myself. Don't take it the wrong way and think I'm just putting people under pressure, and I don't even apply this to myself. When I'm watching content throughout the year, I don't necessarily mind seeing the same thing over and over again because people's lives are repetitive. You know, we do the same thing over and over again. However, whenever I'm watching somebody and it's like Christmas time or December time, I'm always expecting to see something different during that period, you know. And by something different, I'm not saying somebody must not start doing things that they're not used to doing, but I always feel like it's like I wish I could see something different other than what I'm used to seeing from them throughout the year. And that's what hit me now this time around, because now I'm in that position now I'm the person who's vlogging, you know, and that's what I expected from myself. Now that's what I was holding myself to. That's the standard I was now holding myself to. And that's when I crashed and I finally admitted that I need help. I told myself that I want to do something. I want to do different. Like I want to vlog differently in December, and I want to give my audience something different in December. When I say I needed help, I realized that I'm actually having a creative block because I don't even know what I can give you that's going to be different from what I usually do. I'm shaking now because I'm actually speaking about this. But yeah, I now realized that I wanted to do and give you different content versus what I always usually give you on this channel. And I wanted to give you something different. So that made me feel like I don't know now what I need to do, and I don't know where to start to talk about it. I'm not a perfect person and I don't always have my figured out. I don't want to say as a big sister or what, but I think ever since I was Mine, I'm that person who can admit when I need help. And it's always hard for me to open my mouth and say I need help. It's very difficult for me to utter those words. I'm those people who suffer in silence, and me, I will die. I would rather suffer, and I will find a way, to fix it or to make it fine. I will find a way to make it fine. That is what I was going through, because I didn't know how to even come on here and speak about it that way, because I always feel like sometimes people look at you and think that you've got things figured out. It's like, she looks like she's got it under control. She looks like, you know, she knows what she's doing. She knows where she's headed. And, you know, I want to admit that 65% of the time, yes, I might have a clue as to probably what is gonna happen or what I'm doing, but the other 35%, I'm clueless as to what's going on. What am I doing? I'm done blending with the brush, and I just like to always have a nice seamless finish. We got these beauty blenders from the event. I'm gonna use this. I just need to make it damp. And so that's the rabbit hole that I went down. And I think for me now, when I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's actually a negative rabbit hole to go in because of that expectation that I have. And when I say expectation, also please don't get me wrong in the sense that I'm saying they must go and do something I'm not used to doing because I want to see different contents. No, I'm not saying that. Like I'm saying, and usually people do it. Like December content is usually so nice and refreshing because people are with their families, they travel with their families, or they go to visit their families, and you see them in a different element. Like you see how she interacts with her uncle, you see how she interacts with her sisters, her family. Like, you know how people are not all from Gauteng, like people will be traveling by Makaya. Like that's so wholesome to me. And usually the creators that I watch, that's exactly what they do, you know. On Christmas days, for example, they're cooking up a storm with their family members, they're introducing their boyfriends to their family. Like you see all this wholesome stuff. And when I say that's the different kind of content that they show us, and that's like what I usually do expect, and they deliver. Like it's not like I'm saying I'm expecting them to go to Spain and come back here with, and I'm not saying like all those crazy things. I'm saying things like that wholesome kind of content. When I thought of my dynamic, and I was like, I don't really have that kind of dynamic. I don't even it's not like I'm supposed to do that exactly like as it is word for word, or as it is like, yeah, also go travel, be with my family, no, I'm saying I could be doing something different though, but because I'm having a creative block, I don't know what it is that I could do that's different. Hence I'm saying that's where now I feel like you guys come in, because that's where you're able to tell me what is it that you think I could do differently, but at that point in time, like I said, I still was feeling like, because I'm not somebody who can ask for help, I didn't know how to even start. Like shooting this video and talking about this honestly took a lot from me, because I can you please help me, please, God forbid, God, just chop this dog and throw it away, God please, and it's not a bad thing that I can't do that, it's just I'm not used to doing it. So we're now gonna go in with this liquid blush from Lancôme as well. I'm not really a fan usually of liquid blush, guys. I like powder products because they're usually very easy to work with. This is a first for me, and let's just see how it goes on. It's not really a first time using a liquid blush. I mean, in the sense that using this Lancôme one would be a first for me. Having said that, like thinking about, okay, I need to come on and sort of like make you guys aware of the fact that I'm having a creative block and I don't know how to get out of this funk, because I just feel like I don't know what to do, and they don't know now what to look or what to do to get back that creative juice flowing, you know what I'm saying? Usually I do, when I do get creative blocks, because I had a creative block also in 2023. I did have a creative block. I remember I said I started walking again, and I started reading again, because I was reading, then I stopped reading. I also stopped doing my daily walks and stuff like that. And that's when I realized that because I'm so routine, and like I always do the same thing over and over again, that's when I realized that I'm actually you see, this is the reason why I'm not a fan of cream blush and cream products, because they do this. I don't know, it dries up quickly. I think let me use this rose water and just hope for the best, honestly, because I don't know what's going on now here. So that's when I thought, okay, I need to come and speak about it. But another reason why, you guys, I was just so skeptical about speaking about it is because there's also something else that I've realized, like with people, right? It's because I was reading something, and I was reading this thing about myself. Somebody tagged me somewhere, and I was like, oh. Anyway, now that I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, here's what's up. Another reason why I didn't want to talk about it much was because, I don't know, I don't think everybody does this. I think it's just maybe a select few people. When I was reading these comments, these ladies on this comment section were basically saying that they don't think I watch Mishali, or I watch Kay, or I watch Naledi, because if I was watching them, that's exactly where my content should be. That's where they think I should be, but that's not where I am, because I don't watch them. So it's like I'm not getting inspiration from them to put, or for my content to be there. And I was like, I think this is comparing me to other creators. And that tells me that you don't necessarily know me, and you don't necessarily know this channel, and you don't know where I come from. This channel was started in 2023 in January. So basically 2023 is 1 year, 2024 makes it 2 years. While I'm really, really honored that you think I'm that status or I'm at that level, I'm only 2 years in the game. You're comparing me to a K-Youngs or a lady who's been doing this for the past 6, 7, 8 years. I don't think that's fair, because even if you watch their videos when they were 2 years, I don't think they were where you want me to be, or where they are right now. Even if they were, that is perfectly fine, because then that's their journey, that's not my journey. You see, this is why I'm talking about cream products. I was able to blend it out, and remember, I do have blush blindness, and I'm so unapologetic for it, so I'm going to keep on keeping on. I'm genuinely going to keep on keeping on. I absolutely love when my blush is like this. The girls that went to the Uche masterclass or the L'Oreal masterclass and they came out looking like this, you guys were really nice. Those are my vibes. Sorry, those are my vibes. Anyway, so I was like, yeah, I'm honored that you think I should be at those levels, but I'm not there. And I think the thief of joy, as it's always said, is comparison. And that's the reason why I think, for me, I don't have outside world kind of pressures. I put myself under pressure because my greatest challenge is myself. I'm my own competition, because I want to be better than I was yesterday. I don't look at another person and think, oh my God, I want to be better than them. There was a thread I was reading where this guy was analyzing people that like to say, oh, I could be having a good day, and then somebody my age posts that they just bought a car and a house cash, and then my day gets ruined. And this guy was like, yeah, your day gets ruined because You don't aspire to be like them or better than them. You want to be them. And that's where the problem starts. My under eye is not bright enough off, so I'm gonna go in with this Rimmel London concealer. This is in the shade 020 Fair. That's what the guy said, and I was like, I absolutely agree with him, because also me, I don't look at somebody and think, I wish that was me. If I look at somebody and I think whatever they're doing is dope, I'm like, I can't wait to reach those levels. I can't wait to reach those heights. That looks pretty dope. But I don't. My first instinct is not to have a bad day because somebody my age is doing things that I'm not doing at the current moment. But that should give me hope that it's possible. No, it should be like hope that it's actually possible, it's attainable. If somebody my age can do it, I could do it too, because I don't see why I couldn't do it. In as much as you don't know what people are doing, we have the same 24 hours, but ours will see this person maybe comes from a rich family, you know, that had a head start, or what this person has been doing. Maybe you've been going to school and studying and stuff like that. This person's been working their whole life. That's why they were able to attain this quicker than you did, or, you know, first before you. But like, that's the problem that is there in the world, is that you want to say, oh, he did it first and we're the same age. You're not looking at yourself, you're looking at what another person is doing. Like, you're looking at what somebody else is doing and what somebody else is achieving, and you're not looking at it from a, wow, this is pretty, this is so inspirational, this is big. You're looking at it from a, this should be me too, or this could be me too. And that's something that I don't do. I've never done that. I could never do that. And that's why I enjoy my YouTube journey, and I enjoy my content creation journey, and I enjoy anything that I do in my life, because I am not comparing myself to anybody. Because if I was, I'd be so depressed. There are people who started their YouTube channels around the same time that I started my YouTube channel. They're doing big things. They're doing better than things than I am. They're getting paid better than I am. So I would be sitting here thinking, oh my God, what am I doing wrong? You remember what I said? I said, I'm crying out for help, for you to tell me or let me know what is it that I could do differently on the channel, or what is it that you'd like to see from me. Rather, I'm not coming here to say I want you guys to help me so that I can now beat this person. I want my numbers to go high. I want to earn this much. I'm not crying for help in that essence. I'm crying for help in the sense that I'm having a creative block, because I don't know what you guys would like to see from me. And even I myself, usually I would be able to take myself out of this funk, but I'm struggling because I think I haven't been honest with you guys about that. And I think after speaking about it, obviously I will have suggestions from people, and people will tell me what they like to see from me. Then I'll have a way, okay, I can hear. All right, this is what you like to see. Oh, I see. Okay, cool. This is what you guys enjoy. Okay, cool. Let's do that. You know what I'm saying? It's not to say I'm asking for this assistance because I am comparing myself to somebody else. And also, there are people who started the journey with me who are doing far, like, I'm not saying less in a bad way, when you say like who are not doing, who are, I don't know how to put it, but in a way, I'm doing the best, I'm doing the most. No, like some people would say like maybe their growth is also, they're having their own journey in terms of their growth. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe their growth does not look like mine. Just as the way mine does not look like somebody else's who also started with me. There are people who are doing better than I am, who started with me or even after me. You know what I'm saying? But I am not sitting here feeling less than because I'm saying because of that person is doing better. Oh, now I feel like, oh my God, I'm not doing anything and I'm useless. No, not at all. I'm not useless. I'm not useless, not at all. That's not what I'm saying. Back to what I was saying, this element of comparison is also another reason I was scared to sort of speak out about it and say that I actually do need help, because I was like, if I say this, somebody's gonna come here and tell me, oh, we'd like to see you travel countries more. So immediately after I've brightened my under eyes, I'm going to go in with this loose powder from Yardley. I like this translucent shade because that's what I then use to, guys, please forgive me, the dogs. Son, sorry. But yeah, this is the shade that I really like to use to set my under eyes. This also helps prevent my under eyes from creasing just before I bake, because me, I'm a baker. I'm going to bake. I bake, okay? I love to bake. But before I go in with all the baking powder and stuff, I like to put this one first, because then it helps to prevent the under eyes from creasing. While my under eyes do have creases naturally, I can't take that completely away, but this minimizes the appearance of the creasing, if I can put it that way. Translucent powder, and this is the shade that I use. So I use a powder puff for this step. I got these powder puffs from Shein. As I was saying, guys, not to say that I am writing off the idea of traveling maybe to other countries. What I always also say is that I am not going to live beyond my means to try and keep people glued to my channel and to try and keep people entertained, you know, for whatever reason it might be. I will always live well within my means. And another thing that I always want to do as well is to be authentically myself. So I'm not saying that I don't want to travel. I would love to travel, but can I afford to travel right now? No. Am I going to force matters? Of course I won't. Why? Because I don't want to pour from an empty cup, you know. So I was watching this documentary. I got Avicii with Tim, right? He committed suicide. And there's something he said that's so profound about being yourself all the time. You know, I think he said something along the lines of being yourself is the most thing you can be, the best thing you can be is yourself, you know. It's an underrated thing to be yourself, but it's also a very expensive thing to be yourself, because the moment you are your true self, you lose a lot of people, because people can't stand people who are being themselves. People like to see people go over and above who they really are, what they really can do, just for the sake of keeping other people around, you know. And I think also when I thought about it, I was like, I think this is also another reason why I think maybe growing up I fell out with, you know, a few people, because growing up I'm a people pleaser by nature, you know. And it's like when you start to realize that I don't want to do this people pleasing stuff anymore because it takes so much from me while there's nothing I get back, that's when people start to realize, because it's like you're standing up for yourself, or you're not defending yourself. Like why are there now boundaries here? You know, I could walk all over her, demand her to do this, demand her to do that. Then now all of a sudden she can say no. Oh, my Shayla. It's like, Christina's gone. And the moment they realize that Christina's gone, that's when now she has changed. Now she thinks she's older. She thinks she's made it. No, I now set boundaries, and I'm actually sticking to my boundaries. It's just something you're not used to. You're used to walking all over me, demanding things. And I keep on pouring and I keep on pouring because I'm trying to make you as happy as you can be. But when I look in the mirror, I see how I am so unhappy because I'm doing everything else to make you happy, but then I'm not happy. You know, I'm not happy because this is not what I want to do. This is not initially what I wanted to do. I'm just going to contour my forehead and my nose, and I'm going to use these. I got these from a shop called Meili in China Mall in Main Reef, Joburg. So the one that's almost finished is the one that I'm using. I'm also tapping into this one. As I was saying, that's the one thing that I will definitely not engage in, is trying to please or keep people around and now start to live beyond my means and do things that are beyond my reach. But it doesn't mean that I don't see myself traveling and doing all those things, you know what I'm saying? And when I travel, because I've traveled before, you know, I'm not those people who close themselves in a hotel and sleep the whole time. When I travel, I'm a tourist. I travel, I want to do activities. I want to go to sky, what I want to go, and not necessarily sky, I'm not that adventurous, but I want to be a tourist. Like I want to go to where they eat like the different dishes, you know. I want to do different things. Like I want to do different things when I'm traveling. So that is why I'm saying I don't want to have plane tickets and have accommodation, but the whole time I'm locked up in a hotel somewhere. I don't want to do that. No, please. I'm a star. I want to explore the city. I want to go and taste their indigenous food. I want to go and see where, I don't know, the king lives. Like, I just want to do all those wholesome things. With that being said, yes, that's something that I really, really want to do. But under the very same breath, while I was going through that funk, I was also going through being scared to speak up, because now the bar is going to be set so high, and it's going to be set high for me to do things that I will not be able to do, you know. But I also, in the very same breath, thought to myself, you know what, I would rather keep people who genuinely like to see my content via me thoroughly being authentically myself, versus if I keep people because of, you know, doing things that are beyond my means. It's like, for example, you guys, let's say like I do decide, okay, sharp, I'm gonna start traveling, but every time I look at my bank account balance, it's on a minus, it's on a negative, and I'm just like, Mara, why did I go there? Now I'm struggling to put food on the table. I'm struggling to pay for electricity. I'm struggling to meet my monthly rent that month. I'm struggling to do the things that I would usually do with the money that I have, just because I wanted to keep somebody entertained and happy and plugged on the channel, versus if I just do what I can do with what I have, and keeping the people that want to really be here with what I have and what I can offer, you know. And it's at the moment. That's the other thing, it's at the moment, you know. It's not a forever thing, because we're growing. You get what I'm saying? Under the same breath, while I was speaking about comparison, and I was saying, if you look at these people's channels that I'm being compared to what they were doing when their channels were 2 years old, you find that they were also kind of you know, in the same space. Like things were not the perfect, or things were not as they seem right now, because they've gotten the hang of it since they've been doing it over time. That's what happens. That's called evolution. People change and people grow and things change, you know. And like I said, also our journeys will never ever be the same. Even as a content creator, even if you're deciding to start content creation maybe this year, just know your journey is not going to be the same as everybody else. You are destined to do this your way, in which God has called you to do it. That is why it's not a conference call. God called you to it. You will do it your way. You're not going to do it the Naledi way. You're not going to do it the K way. And there's nothing wrong with their ways. It's just that what's destined for them is what's destined for them. Now we're going to go in with this Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. This is in the shade Blondie. This is it. Love it. I've used it once and I loved it. Loved it very much. Under the very same breath of, you know, not comparing people, one would also ask, so since you're having a creative block, don't you have creators of your own that you watch that inspire you, of which maybe you can take a couple of, you know, notes from their book of content creation? And the answer to, and it smells so amazing, you guys. These things smell so luxurious. Wow. It's like I'm walking inside Dubai and it's so okay. So it's like, yeah, I do have creators of my own, of which, yes, I do take, you know, a little bit of inspiration here and there. The aim is never to copy and paste what somebody else is doing. However, it is to maybe take bits and pieces of what they're doing and just, you know, recreate and do it in your way, or reinterpret it in, you know, your way type of thing, you know. And that's exactly what I was also saying to myself, that okay, with that being said, content creation across board, I think, is the same. It's just people like to criticize South Africans so much, and I don't know where this habit comes from. People like to always just want to dig for things that are not even there, you know. Content creation on its own is so repetitive in the sense that everybody is doing the same thing. It's just people are interpreting things in their own way. So it's like from my POV, you know, everybody's vlogging, yeah. And somebody posted something, I'm gonna put it up here, and they said content, vlogging and podcasts is like abo, you know, era yabo selima tunzi asikhulume, let's talk, those kind of things, you know, abo chemeli. It's like those kind of things. You know how you'd always run home at 6 o'clock because you don't want to miss those things. It was what was fashionable at that time. It was what everybody was doing at that time, you know. So right now vlogging and podcasting is what's taking over, but somehow South Africans seem to want to make it seem as if, oh no, everybody's vlogging, not everybody has a YouTube channel, not everybody's, yes, everybody is. Okay, yes, everybody is. Then what? Do it too, please. We're stars, okay? Jokes aside, but yeah, everybody is doing that. So whilst there's that, also it doesn't mean just because there's somebody who I absolutely love their content and I'm like, okay, we have the same content kind of structures and stuff, let me, you know, take this and that from their book of wisdom and apply it on with my content and recreate, just add my little touch to it, my little spice to it. Even that also, it's like, I just, how do I do it? Like I'm blocked, you know. But I think for me the block is that I don't know what you guys necessarily like not like, but because I know what you guys like. I think I have an idea of what you like. Oh, look at me not baking my nose. Well, the bridge. I kind of have an idea and a clue as to what my audience honestly likes and enjoys watching. But I think I wanted to admit the fact that I think I also want to hear it from you, because I could assume that, you know, judging from, I'm not assuming, but I mean, I'm saying judging from the numbers of when I drop different types of content, what usually happens, that's what I could take as, okay, this is the hint that tells me that this is what my people enjoy, you know. And obviously given what the comments also say, that would suggest that this is what, you know, you guys like and this is what you like to see from me, you know. But it wouldn't hurt for me to also still ask, would you guys actually like, help me. I'm gonna go in with this blush. I got this palette from China Mall, the same shop called Meili. It's a pink blush since I used the pink blush from Lancôme. So this is what I'm just gonna do over here, just to bring it back small. So yeah, with that being said, also, like I said, I need to also filter that, like, down to what is it that I can actually do from everything that everybody will suggest. And I'm just really praying to God that you guys do suggest things, because sometimes, guys, like cry for help, content I did my brows off camera, guys, because you know one thing about brows, you need to focus, and I can't be talking while I'm doing my brows. The most tedious step and the longest step, it would defeat the purpose of the video. What I was saying was, I just hope and pray that like you guys can really give me feedback with regards to what I'm crying for help with. And also under the very same, guys, today we're going to be under the very same breath the whole day, please. Under the very same breath, in as much as I am saying, you know, I would love to hear what you'd like to see from me. And like I said, to a certain extent, I do have an idea as to what people really enjoy to see or like to see from me. But it's actually been a while since I asked like this, like where I'm saying, can you please let me know what would you like to see from me this year? What kind of content would you like to see from me? But under the very same breath, you know, I was also thinking about it, and I was like, but also it's very important to let people know what you're not comfortable with doing. So even before they make the suggestions, at least they have an idea of what we're working with, you know, because in as much as yes, I'm having a creative block, but also there's things that I'm just really not willing to participate or partake in for reasons, you know, that I think I have mentioned. Like for example, I know guys, like a lot of people want story time, and I've already like we have had this conversation of why I kind of stopped doing story time. And but like also there's one more story I need to tell you guys, because you guys deserve the story, please. I'm so sorry. Like I know I said I'm not doing story time, but there's this one story. Somebody reminded me of the story. There's a lady I used to work with at the club, and she reminded me of the story of something that happened to us. Oh my god. And I was like, about Lacey, Mtswala deserve the story, and I am gonna shoot that story time. Actually, girl. No, you guys deserve the story time. You guys deserve, if it's gonna be the last story time I do, I'm not saying last because guys, you never say never, but you know, if there's a story time you guys deserve, girl, it's that one. Okay, you guys deserve the story time. Sorry. So yeah, things like story time, like I said, like they give me so much trauma now. Thinking about story time actually gives me so much trauma, thinking about sitting down and shooting a story time. But with this one that I'm gonna share, honestly speaking, like I was sharp with even the other ones, but I just thought like moving forward I'm not comfortable doing another one, like sitting down and actually recording. Because you know, when I started, the thing I thought about when I started doing story time, because I didn't really think people would really buy into story time like that, because people like, who wants to sit down and listen to somebody speak? But I felt like this is a nice way to let people in on your life as to the kind of experiences that have shaped you to be who you are today. Because you guys don't know me, you know, you don't know me, you didn't know me, and so sharing like the things that I've been through in life, like, you know, what kind of sort of like let you know what kind of person I am or what kind of person I was. Because like I always said also, those things happened so long ago. I learned definitely lessons from them, you know, and I would take accountability in places where I felt like I was wrong, or I would say I didn't know any better, because also they happened while I was quite young. And I'd say if these things were to happen today, I know better now. Like I do better because now I know better. You know what I'm saying? Which wasn't enough, even with people who would watch with, you know, their judgmental selves, it still wasn't enough. But I'm not here to talk about that right now. But yeah, like story time, there's just this one that girl, we have to chop up that story time, and we are. I'm gonna give you guys a story though. Now we laugh at it, but it was traumatic when it happened. But yeah, and then another one would be like, for example, your assumptions tag, something like that. I'm so scared of those things now, because guys, like this space is no longer a space where people can be themselves and just do things gosh type thing. Like how can, not even like when you be yourselves, I'm not saying like I now have to fake it. It's like I can't switch my camera, just sit here and just start to talk, because now as a figure I will judge Julie bafaka amagawn wabo bafake nama lezinto zasekhanda lezi zaseNigeria, and they're gonna come and have their think pieces and stuff like that, you know. It's like now you have to say stuff, but you have to filter yourself when you speak. You just can't come and say it as it is. There's certain details you're gonna have to leave out in this. And the thing about it is you can't change the internet and you can't change people, but you can definitely change the direction of how you then do things so that you're not triggered. Like I'm not gonna act tough, guys. I am sensitive, shame. If you don't know this about me now you know, okay? I'm not gonna act tough about it. And I think if you've been here long enough, you would know that there's an element of sensitivity that I actually do have. But my sensitivity, I don't like to project it onto people. Like I can be sensitive about something, talk about it, and then like I don't dwell on it, you know. But it doesn't mean like this has not affected me. What this person has said has not affected me. I told you the way that I deal with negative comments, for example, is that once I see the negative comment, one thing I'm not doing is going back and forth with you like you know, that's not happening. I'm immediately deleting that comment. But I've seen it. It doesn't mean now it hasn't ruined my day, because I've seen it. That the crazy thing about it is that I've already seen it, and now I'm questioning everything. I'm questioning myself. I'm questioning, like, what made this person so comfortable to say this to me? Like, is there something about me that makes her comfortable to say this? There's another one, guys, that ruined my day the other time. This lady said I have a pooza face. I said, excuse me, let me tell you one thing about it, guys. I think having a pooza face, like, I really want to talk about this. I think having a pooza face is something that happens gradually over time, you guys. Like, you can't have a pooza face from drinking one drink maybe a week type of thing, you know what I'm saying? You know, I grew up in Kule Lokshini, right? And I grew up around people that drink a lot. And we had that one mama who was like, she had a pooza face for days. And when I think of her habits, I'm like, yes, that's why she had a pooza face. Like, she's those people, she will do like amalala vuga, like she sleeps at the tavern, wakes up at the tavern, goes there every single day, like not even every weekend, every single day she's there drinking, you know. You'll find her sober maybe once a month, you know, like maybe once a month you'll find her sober, but like every other time she's drinking every single day. And her pooza face was warranted. Like, that pooza face, she deserved it, because that was her lifestyle. So when this lady said I have a pooza face, I was like, no man, I think she's projecting. Maybe she looks at herself in the mirror and she can see her pooza face. Now she wants to come here and tell me I have a pooza face. Maybe she was lacking some words. Maybe she wanted to speak about my pigmentation. I don't know what exactly triggered her to say that, but I was like, this mother, and I deleted that comment, but it was affecting me. I started looking at myself and asking myself, but do I have a pooza face? Maybe she's seeing something that I'm not seeing, and maybe I do have a pooza face. I'm gonna go in with this Lancôme Precise liquid liner to do my wing. I'm like, maybe she's seeing something, you guys. Maybe I'm not seeing that I actually do have a pooza face, but I don't think I have a pooza face, because I don't even drink like that. Like, even when I do drink, I can't drink like 2 days landelana. For example, if I'm drinking on the weekend, if I drink on a Friday, you better believe that on Saturday I'm not even touching that drink. That's if I go hard. But if I had 1 glass of wine on a Friday, Saturday I can have 2 glasses of wine. I'm a responsible adult, like I need a strategy, and I'm not here promoting alcoholism or being alcoholics or whatever the case is. But to say I have a pooza face is stretching it, you see. So now, like I said, that comment has affected me. Like, affected me in the sense that I just don't want to be bored. So let's just avoid being bored altogether and just avoid what brings the boredom. When it comes to this one of assumptions tag, because like if an get to know me and ask me anything, I'm so scared now to engage in that, because I'm just like, it's the questions that are being asked. Okay, you can say to people, please don't ask me, no my, you know, it's like saying to people, ask me something but don't ask me this and that. And someone will be like, yeah, but people are so entitled to your guys' lives and stuff like that, so you have to have boundaries. So let them know that they can ask you questions, but they can't ask you about this and that, you know. And it's like, I don't know, it takes out the fun in everything, to be quite honest. It's like, even me with this, when I'm saying I'm having a creative block, but I'm saying, when you do make your suggestions, please don't suggest that I do a get to know me video or an assumptions tag, because I'm not really comfortable doing those. Because for this step, I'm gonna use this Essence mascara just to clean my top blushes, because that's where I'm gonna put my strip blushes. So just to clean off any product that might have fallen from the eyeshadow, that's what I'm gonna do. By the way, the eyeshadows that I was using were from Hues and Tones. The white one over here is from Homosa Floor. So like I was saying, it's like you're saying you want to be helped with your creativity, or you want us to share with you what we want to see from you. But now that we're telling you what you want, you're now giving us T's and C's, you know. I know that's how it can be, but I'm just saying, like, can it be in a way that's like respectful and accommodative to you and I both, you know, like in a way where when I'm answering these questions, it doesn't feel like, am I gonna have anxiety posting the video? Because that happens. Like, you sit there, you record, and you think, okay, cool, I was honest enough, you know, I said everything I needed to say, I answered everything the way I should. Now it's time to post, and you are having anxiety attacks, and you're panicking, and you're thinking, oh my goodness, like, for real, am I gonna put this out? But this is only happening because of the fire that things that I thought were very light-hearted were getting, you know. I actually had to archive the 2 get to know me videos that I did, because on there I thought I'm just speaking, like I'm being honest and open, you know, but apparently there were things that I was saying that were just like, oh my god, you know, bizarre. And I was just like, but there was not, like, that's what I'm saying. For me, it might be something that's so lighthearted. Like, I feel like, I mean, you know, come on, you know. But then now, for somebody else, it's something so big. There was even a conclusion that I was selling while I was working at the club, you know. And I'm like, guys, you know, the other thing that I'm also not covering with this is that I might talk about it and say, for my own mental health, I just don't want to participate and engage in this. But also, the other thing I didn't want to touch on, because also one thing, guys, I'm trying to avoid is a pity party. I don't want you to feel pity for me about anything. I don't want you to feel sad or sorry for me about anything. No, please. That's not what I'm trying to achieve here. But people don't understand the fact that, like, my mom watches my channel, right? What's a big... Oh my god, you didn't have to do that. I put sparkling water in here. Why would you do that, babe? Damn. Like, this might be crazy to somebody else, but people don't also understand, guys. Like, my mom watches my channel, right? And my mom reads comments. So now imagine, right? My mom is going through my comment section and she's seeing something like that. She's obviously going to be concerned and she's going to be like, excuse me, what am I reading here, you know? And you might find that she thinks that I was hiding that away from her, that I was actually selling. And I'm not even speaking like Gabi about selling, because you never know what pushes people to those corners, you guys. I always say, you know, we never know what the mother of two is going through for her to opt for that. I don't think anybody goes to school 12 years, you know, or goes and gets a degree, then decides, you know what, actually my dream job is to sell. You know, you never know what pushes people to these widths or to these ends. And I really have a lot of respect for people who do it. You know, you never really know what people are going through. You never know what pushes people to do stuff like this. So I really have respect for anybody who does any kind of job that's shamed or frowned upon, whatever the case is. You know, you will have my mom now concerned, you know, as a Black Christian woman, she's thinking, oh, my daughter was selling and I didn't even know about that. And she kept on saying she's going there to host and she's a club hostess and she's selling bums there to try and provide for herself and for us. I didn't know. Now my mom thinks I need counseling and therapy, and the whole time that's not the case, you see. So that's why I'm saying, like, for me, I have respect for my mom. I'm not gonna just act like just because my mom supports any and everything that I do, I wanna exploit that now and say I don't care, I'm just gonna do my story times. It was never really that deep. What I said I used to do at the club is what I used to do at the club. Anybody else's conclusions, assumptions, that's your business, baby. It's got nothing to do with me. I'm using this eyeshadow palette. This is from Modern Dolls. I'm gonna go in with this green. When I have color waterline, that's what I usually use for that. So I just dip my brush into it. I don't like activate it using water or anything. The brush is very dry. The product is like the eyeshadow is also very dry. And I should have actually done this before I dusted off the powder on my under eyes, because usually there's fallout. But that's why I'm holding this and I'm opening my eyes using that, so that any fallout can at least fall onto the powder puff and not necessarily directly to my face. But just to get to the conclusion, yeah, like I was saying, I don't want you to feel like I'm saying help me, but I'm saying help me in a way that's suitable for just me. Because also under the same breath under the same breath, I don't want you to exploit me saying I have a creative blog and I need your help to help me get back to a place where I can create. Now I'm creating honestly just to make sure that we are all happy. Just because I'm saying that, I don't want you to exploit now and say, no, she wants help so that she can keep us here, right? So we're going to demand things that she has clearly stated that she doesn't want to participate in. And I think my reasons that I've stated should suffice. If they don't suffice, I don't know what else to tell you as to why I'm not comfortable doing certain things, you know. And these are things I would usually be comfortable with, or I was comfortable with in the beginning. But through time and the best teacher, which is experience, I've learned that sometimes it's not the best idea to be that comfortable, you know, especially in a space like this, because not everybody gets it. You know, not everybody gets it. Guys, I want to use this now, but I don't want to use this right now because I'm not going anywhere. And this spray is like honestly there to help your makeup stick. This is a setting spray. Now I want to use a fixing spray to spray my face so that we can, you know, conclude on everything. But I will use this maybe in a vlog to show you how it looks, maybe when I'm going somewhere, because this is a fixing spray and this makes your makeup stay the whole time. It's around 6 o'clock right now and I'm literally going nowhere. I have to just finish reviewing this unit, then I'm done. So let me just use the fixing spray. Any other step that I did that I didn't do on here, like putting on my lash lashes and my brows. I am going to link a video that I did not too long ago where I did all of them online or on camera. I want to do a nude lip, so I'm going to go in with this Essence lip liner. This is in the shade 08 Teddy. I'm not going to use the Lancôme red lip liner because I don't want a dramatic look since I'm doing a hair review, and I usually don't like for my makeup to overpower the hair because we're not there for the makeup, we're there for the hair. So yeah guys, in getting closer to the conclusion, I've been getting closer to the conclusion by the way. I just want to do a nice nude lip. I just hope we can reach a consensus as to, not necessarily a consensus, but I hope with this video I will get the response that I honestly I'm looking forward to, in terms of your insights, like what is it that you would like to see from me. You know, anytime I ask guys for your feedback and input, honestly speaking, you guys do come through. I was just being silly when I said like that's not true. You guys do come through. When I ask for feedback and insights and stuff like that, you guys do come through. I was using this Hues and Tones lippy. This is in the shade Brownie. Now I'm gonna use this Maybelline Super Stay. This is in the shade 55 Driver. I want to keep it matte, but the honest truth is I don't really like matte lips, guys. I think I don't like matte lips. I think I really genuinely like when my lips are glossed up. I just glossed it up with some lip therapy because I believe in lip therapy. It's time to set. I actually haven't set my face. I'm gonna go in with this Maybelline fixing spray. I gave the spray a second chance. The first time I bought the spray, it didn't work. I didn't like it, but now I'm liking it. Small. I am done now. I just need to finish reviewing this hair. I need to put water on it, but I'm gonna put water on it on that video because that video is a TikTok video, so I can't necessarily do it here. Yeah, in closing, thank you so much for making it this far. I just wanted to come and basically express how I was feeling, and like I said, the aim is not to host a pity party. It's not for you to feel sorry for me. I'm not feeling like I have lost my touch in the sense that now it's time to quit. I'm not quitting. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here to stay. In actual fact, the only thing I need to do is just to get my groove back, and the only way I feel I would know what to do, like a step in the right direction, is if I get a feel of what is it that you would like to see from me, what is it that you'd like to see on this channel. Thank you so much for allowing me to vent, and I can't wait to hear what your suggestions are. I really look forward to hearing what you're going to say in response, and Happy New Year. I hope this year brings you nothing but joy. Everything that you set out to achieve, you do actually go and achieve it. Any goal that you set for yourself, realistic, not realistic, far-fetched, far-stretched, whatever the case is, I just hope it all comes true. Thank you so much if you've made it this far, guys. I hope you did enjoy this video. Before you go, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload an awesome video like this one, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.